depends on the patient, depends on the situation, and how we're going to truly analyze. But the point is that we have the ability to analyze this. We have the ability to look deep inside your body on one of the most important organs that is involved in blood sugar regulation. This needs to be done to you right now. If you have diabetes and you have not had your adrenal gland checked, or if you have had it checked because maybe you've gone to a practitioner like me who does this type of work, but it's been a while since you had it analyzed, it needs to be analyzed, because that's going to be a determining factor if that specific gland is involved in the reason why you can no longer regulate your diabetes. So it's really important that we look at the full big picture. Another common symptom that I hear my patients talking about quite often is they tend to get brain fog. They tend to get memory loss. Now, we know from, if you've listened to some of my other videos, that glycotoxicity, or elevated glucose levels in the body, can break down nerves. This is why we get things like neuropathies, numbness and tingling in the extremities like the feet or the toes, burning sensations, pain. So it's because this elevated blood sugar situation is breaking down the nerves, they're killing the nerves, and the response is a neurological response like numbness or tingling, basically a calling out saying, help, help, help. So the same thing can happen in the brain. So the nerve cells can start to break down because of the elevated blood sugar, which is referred to as glycotoxicity, glycotoxicity. So it's toxic to the brain. And as it starts to break down the brain, it starts to downsize or shrink the brain over time, which is why these individuals who have diabetes are such a high risk of developing what's called type 3 diabetes, which is Alzheimer's disease. That's a very important concept. We'll probably be talking more about this later in a video, but anyone you know who has diabetes right now is at a major risk factor of Alzheimer's disease. So it's so imperative. You know, I talk to a lot of diabetics, and many times they're telling me, oh, I feel fine, I'm healthy, all these things, because they don't have symptoms. Well, I can tell you the reason why they call diabetes a silent killer is for a specific reason. Because the symptoms, as they finally occur, as they finally come to surface, it's usually at a bad place. They're really significant at that time, and if they don't do something, it's going to be life-threatening. So why not take care of it before it becomes an issue? But not only does high glucose increase the risk of Alzheimer's disease, dementia, type 3 diabetes, if you will, but we know the adrenal gland and the elevated levels of cortisol and how the cortisol response works inside the body can also impact the ability of how the brain functions. Cortisol will impact the specific area of your brain called hippocampus. Now, the hippocampus is a very important area because that's where most of the memory centers are. So we're dealing with things like Alzheimer's. The hippocampus is traditionally one of those main areas that is associated in the temporal lobe of the brain that's associated with downsizing that can create the Alzheimer's condition and the memory loss and those sort of things. So the cortisol level can also play a role on that. So not only can cortisol level be a beneficial thing by helping you reduce stress inside your body and helping you regulate blood sugar through the adrenal gland response, but it can also be a negative response when we have it producing at high levels constantly, continuously. I mean, think about it. Most of us live in a state of stress. We live in this high impact, high stressful environment, not only from gravity pushing down on us, which is the physical stress, but to the emotional things that we're dealing with every single day. If we are not doing things to reduce our stress levels, that might be meditation, that might be exercise, that might just having positive thoughts, especially in this day and age and the things that we're dealing with right now. But there's so many things that can be done on a health level to make sure that you are functioning better at a higher quality level. And I'm just talking about one specific area of your body, which is referred to as the adrenal gland. So the adrenal gland is a massively important gland that not only is involved with blood sugar regulation and helping diabetic conditions, but it's also involved in stress. It's also involved in brain function. And there's other areas that are involved as well. But because I told you this gland is so important and so impactful for the body, I knew that I wouldn't be able to get through this video in one video. So what I'm going to do is we're going to continue on this adrenal gland evaluation on our next video, which will be next week. My plan is to continue doing these videos on a weekly basis, because one of the things that is massively important for me is to make sure that you have this information, that our community has this information. We are being constantly bombarded with pharmaceutical drugs and medical this and medical that. We have the ability, our body has the ability to heal. And its core value, if you will, is we have the ability to heal. Think about the last time you cut yourself. Did you need to go to a doctor for that cut? Unless it was a major cut where you cut off the hand and needed stitches, you were able to heal on your own. Maybe put a Band-Aid on there, but you didn't have to think about it and say, heal, heal, heal. Your body naturally did it and knew exactly what it needed to do. Well, diabetes and other health conditions is no difference. The difference is that the environment inside your body is not at a place that it can heal. So if it's not at a place that it can heal, it won't heal. And you will get sicker with time as you continue to try to manage your disease. It's the most common reason why we see so many patients in my office that I talk to every single day that are taking multiple medications. 8, 9, 10, 12, 20. I've seen as high as 35 medications that are taking every single day, because it's just one drug after another trying to treat the symptoms and trying to suppress the symptoms instead of fixing the problem. The adrenal gland is one of those areas that needs to be analyzed, and it needs to be addressed if it is a problem. And I can tell you from my perspective, most of the patients that I see in my office, nearly all of them have adrenal issues because they're not being looked at, they haven't been analyzed appropriately. So hopefully that this is the right step in the right direction, that this could help you or maybe someone else that you know that is dealing with diabetes, or maybe they're just dealing with some other problems that could be associated with the adrenal gland, which we'll talk on a later video. Listen, if this information is valuable, if it's helpful for you, please comment so that it is helpful, saying, hey, I like the information, I appreciate the information. If there's something else that you want me to talk about, another topic, or something that you're dealing with right now that you want to know more about, or if there's something you want to add to this as well, please comment. Good, bad, or ugly, it doesn't really matter. Make sure you comment, like the video as well, and share it. This information needs to be out there. Obviously, I'm a single practitioner trying to give as much valuable information as possible. If you feel like it's valuable, share it to the community, share it to your other social networks as well. I would appreciate that. If there's anything that I can do, if you're interested in learning more about how we analyze the adrenal gland, or maybe having a conversation with me about your situation, thinking that you may have an adrenal issue, comment below that you'd like to have a conversation or set up a consultation with me. I will put in the comments again, like I do every single week, our contact information, the phone number, so you can contact us. And you can let us know if there's something we can help you out with, or maybe it's a family member, coworker, friend, someone in your social network. I hope you guys have an amazing day today. It's Tuesday and it's sunny and nice out there. We're supposed to get a little bit warmer for the rest of the week. We're moving into fall soon here, pretty sure. But hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Again, like this if this was worth your time. And if you want to have a comment, I'd love to see the comments as well. If there's anything in the future you want me to discuss, please put that there as well. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll talk next week. Take care. Bye-bye.